Natural pacing and warm tone. Avoid overly exaggerated broadcast style. Aim for friendly, conversational delivery suitable for narration or voiceover. Part 1. The Wake-Up Call. Why act now or lose everything matters. Act now or lose everything. It's short, blunt, and deliberately uncomfortable. That discomfort is the point. If you want dramatic personal growth, improved financial outcomes, and the mental edge to build anything of lasting value, you must adopt urgency without panic. Urgency focuses attention, panic scatters it. This chapter explains why urgency is the engine of change and how to convert it into sustainable action. First, urgency combats inertia. The human brain loves comfort and predicts risk as loss. Without a compelling prompt to move, your default is to maintain status quo. That's survival biology, helpful in times of real danger, harmful when your opportunity window is social, economic, or intellectual. Saying act now creates an artificial deadline that breaks your habit loop and forces choice. Deadlines are psychologically powerful. They compress time, concentrate effort, and reveal priorities. Second, loss aversion is a stronger motivator than gain. Behavioral economics shows people prefer avoiding losses to acquiring equivalent gains. Lose everything leverages this wiring to push you into action. It's not about fear for fear's sake. It's about harnessing a natural bias to serve your long-term goals. Reframe loss as the cost of inaction. Lost years, lost relationships, lost financial freedom. When loss is clear and personal, procrastination loses its attractiveness. Third, urgency creates clarity. With a real or imagined deadline, vague ambitions become measurable tasks. Get rich someday becomes reach X in investments by Y date. Vague learning becomes read 12 books on finance this year. Clarity enables consistent micro-habits. Micro-habits compound. Consistent 1% daily improvements compound into major change within months and years. How to start? Create friction-free first steps. Action isn't about bursts of heroism as much as building repeatable tiny wins. If your goal is to start a side business, first week, identify a customer, sketch a one-page offer, and test it with 3 real people. If your goal is mental toughness, first week, cold shower for 60 seconds daily or a 10-minute focused breathing routine. Name the first action, make it very small, and make it immediate. Mindset shift. Convert someday to this week. Use implementation intentions. Decide the when and where of each action. Replace all exercise with I will exercise Tuesday and Thursday at 7 a.m. for 30 minutes at the gym. Time boxing defeats ambiguity. Pair the new habit with existing anchors. After I brush my teeth, I will write 250 words. Anchoring makes new behavior automatic. Wealth angle. Money follows value. If you hurry to get rich quick, you'll likely trade long-term assets for short-lived gains. Act now by building value fast. Learn high ROI skills, solve real problems customers pay for, and reinvest earnings. The urgency is to start compounding earlier. The earlier cash flow and learning begin, the more compounding and opportunity you create. Accountability matters. Act now with no witness is often just a lonely promise. Share your goal with one person who will check in, or create micro deadlines you must meet publicly. A blog post, a video, a simple weekly update to a friend. Public commitments increase follow-through dramatically. Finally, adopt a failure-forward posture. Acting now is not about never failing. It's about failing quickly and learning faster. Short feedback loops beat perfect but delayed. Launch, observe, iterate. The combination of urgency, clarity, small wins, accountability, and iterative learning flips the equation from I might to I will. Action checklist. Pick one high-impact goal and set a concrete 30 to 90-day deadline. Define the first 5 micro-actions you can start today. Commit publicly to one accountability partner. Schedule your daily 15 to 30-minute priority block to execute. Record outcomes and iterate weekly. If you adopt urgency as a tool rather than a tyrant, act now or lose everything becomes a catalyst, a steady pressure that sculpts focus, habits, and compounding gains. Use it to start the engine, then manage the throttle with discipline. Part 2. Rewriting your identity. From I'll try to I do. Words shape identity. I'll try cushions failure. I do commits you to outcomes. To change your life, you must reprogram identity-level beliefs. That's the deep work behind act now or lose everything. If you only change surface behaviors, you'll revert when pressure returns. Identity change sticks. First, understand the 3 layers of behavior change. Outcomes, what you want. Processes, how you behave, and identity, who you believe you are. Outcomes are easy to set and easy to drop. Processes are where habits live. Identity is the filter that chooses processes and tolerates discomfort. To act now, shift identity statements. I am someone who starts rather than I'm someone who wants to. Create identity-based intentions. Instead of I want to be wealthy, declare I am a disciplined earner who invests consistently. Then act in small ways that prove this identity to yourself. If you want to be a reader, read 10 pages daily. The tiny, consistent proof is the new evidence your brain uses to update identity. Use ritual and language. Begin each day with a short identity affirmation, not empty cheerleading, but concrete. Today, I will create one piece of value that someone will pay for. Make this part of your morning routine. Language frames perception. Replace I can't afford with I'm choosing to allocate resources to X. This shifts responsibility back to you. Develop evidence journals. For 30 days, record one small behavior that aligns with your desired identity. This journal becomes undeniable proof. Over time, your brain transitions from I want to I will because evidence accumulates. Decisive rituals also help. People who act now often follow pre-commitment rituals that bypass debate. Elon Musk-style example, pre-committing time blocks, banning distracting apps during work blocks, scheduling meetings that force milestones. Remove options to defer. Combat imposter syndrome by compartmentalizing risk. Say, I'll act as a beginner. Permission to be novice reduces analysis paralysis. Embrace micro-experiments. Launch a minimal viable version of a product or a blog post. The goal is learning, not perfection. Each experiment feeds identity change because you are doing the thing, not just thinking about it. Social proof and environment matter. Seek groups that reflect the identity you want. If you want to be entrepreneurial, join a local startup group or online forum and share weekly wins. Environment nudges behavior. Remove temptations and add cues. Keep books visible, block social apps during focus time, create a workspace that signals productivity. Money and identity. Identify the financial behaviors your target identity would do. Saving, investing, creating multiple income streams. Automate first dollar investments. Automation is identity muscle. The I am someone who invests belief is reinforced when money moves without daily willpower. Finally, celebrate identity congruence. Each time you act in alignment, mark it. Small celebrations reinforce neural pathways. Identity change is gradual but relentless. The message of act now or lose everything becomes sustainable when it's internalized into your sense of self. Practical steps. Write your new identity statement and place it somewhere visible. List 3 tiny daily behaviors that prove that identity. Keep a 30-day evidence journal. Join one group or community that embodies your target identity. Automate one financial behavior that aligns with your wealth identity. Identity fuels action. Action reshapes identity. Start small, build evidence, and you'll stop debating whether to act. You'll simply do it. Part 3. Time is the ultimate currency. How to spend it wisely. Time is non-renewable. Wealth can be earned back, time cannot. Act now or lose everything is a prompt to treat time as your primary asset. This section focuses on time allocation strategies that maximize personal growth and financial return. Start by auditing your time. For 1 week, track how you spend every 30-minute block. Honest tracking reveals surprising leaks. Scrolling, low-value meetings, vague busy work. Once you know where time goes, decide which activities yield the highest ROI toward your top goals. Skill acquisition, product building, networking with high-value people, and income-generating tasks. Adopt the 80-20 rule. Identify the 20% of efforts that deliver 80% of results. For example, if you're building a business, customer conversations and product iteration might be the 20% where value is created. Concentrate time on those activities, minimize or delegate the rest. Time block ruthlessly. Schedule deep work in 60 to 90-minute blocks when you are most alert. During these blocks, eliminate interruptions, turn off notifications, close tabs, and announce Do Not Disturb to roommates or colleagues. Deep work yields disproportionately high returns because it allows you to accomplish complex, high-value tasks. Batch similar work. Grouping similar small tasks reduces context switching and saves mental energy. Batch email, calls, and admin into 1 or 2 slots per day. Reserve mornings for creative, strategic work and afternoons for execution and meetings if that matches your rhythm. Use leverage. Leverage multiplies time. Leverage takes forms: financial, technological, and human. Delegation. Invest early in systems that automate recurring tasks. Automation can be simple: recurring payments, email templates, a CRM for client work. Outsource low-value tasks to freelancers